Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I am Nicole. Guys, this is going to be your weekly read. What is today? The 18th through what? 22, 23, 18th to the 24th, right? So I never check the dates. I just know it's Monday. So there it is. So the 18th through the 24th. I will tell you this video will be for your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus cross watcher. If that is you, welcome to the channel as well. Discern the messages, guys, and you know, pay attention to what fits. Don't force something to fit if it does not. Quick thank you, as always, to those of you who have subscribed, liked, shared the channel, commented. I just want to say, side note, all of you who take the time to comment and talk about your own personal experiences and what you're going through, just know that that's a space of empowerment for yourself, you know, taking it and learning what you can from it and moving on from there, and being, you know, fearless and addressing those things for yourself in this space. So thank you for sharing your thoughts and your feelings about, you know, your own situations and how it resonates. It's why I'm here. It's why I do what I do. Guys, we've got some big energies at play this week. I don't think it's going to matter what sign it is. I've got the goosebumps as I say it right off the bat. The chills are going all over me. We've got that full moon, you know, coming up, and we've got the eclipse in Libra. We've got Mercury retrograde, pre-shadow. A lot of pre-shadow stuff is happening. And I'm going to tell you, when it comes to communication, you know, note for all of you, be very mindful. You know, this is going to be like a shake up, shake out of some things. You know, Pisces season takes us into this dreamy state, and you know, I don't really want to call it illusions, but you know, we can't help but feel good and then want to embrace that feel good energy. So it can tend to do a lot for us in a lot of ways, for the positive. But then when it's like we're brought back down to earth, we can realize that maybe we've kind of re-entered certain things we don't want to re-enter. I'm seeing a lot about the past popping back up. I think I talked about that in the weekend read a little bit. There's just a lot going on, guys. So just be aware that anything that is not meant for you is going to leave your life. I feel very, very big emphasis on that. Closing out of cycles as well. You know, and it's something that we say all the time, but we are constantly opening and closing cycles in our life with people, places, things, our feelings, our spiritual growth, our awareness. And it sends us into the next phase of hopefully something that is more aligned with where we're heading, right? If we're doing that shadow work. So, you know, be aware of that. I can tell you on an intuitive level, and I've felt this energy kind of creeping up myself, that, you know, you can look at the astrology or whatever, but when you're an intuitive reader, and you're connected with that intuition, you feel that shift happening. And I will tell you, point blank, there is a big shift that is coming once again. I think this year is just all going to be about shifts. And for some of us, they're going to happen a lot faster than for others. And that's okay too. It's taking us exactly where we need to be. So, yeah, be very aware of all of those feelings. Pay attention to your intuition at this time. Trust your gut. You know, don't downplay what you know. Third eyesight, right? Don't downplay what you feel. If you're feeling it, there's a reason. So I talked a lot about, I think it was in the weekend or last week's read, about the central nervous system on the body, right? Like when you're feeling that uneasiness to it, there's something that is changing. You're becoming more aware of what is happening around you. So be mindful. Again, be mindful, be mindful, be mindful. All right, guys, we're going to jump into your readings. Just a little side note there for all of you. I'm hoping to get the rest of the March reads out slowly but surely throughout the rest of this week. I've had a very busy schedule. To all those of you who have booked personal reads with me, thank you so very, very much. It's been such a pleasure getting to talk to all of you. You know, again, sharing your stories, you entrusting me with what's going on in your lives. And, you know, I don't take that lightly and or for granted. So thank you for all the ways that you support me and the channel. And then, you know, you're working on yourself. I love it. So good stuff. All right, Aries, let's get started with you. And we're going to go right through, straight through to Pisces. I'm going to pull a couple of different cards. It may take a little bit longer on some of these reads. I do feel like there's going to be some emphasis for a couple of the signs most definitely, but we're all going to be affected by this full moon that's coming up and this eclipse. It's the inevitable, right? It's like the shake up, to shake out, to realign us, right? It's like, how did I word it yesterday? I can't remember. Everything falls apart so it can fall back together correctly, right? So, all right, Aries. Excuse me. Let's jump in and see what's going on for Aries, March 18th to the 24th. Please, Spirit, what does Aries need to know? I'm hearing, is this all that there is? You got the Sagittarius card, acclaim coming out, and confidence in the underlying compassion. Clear direction here, Aries. There's something around clear direction. I will say that this energy coming out from you guys is not too bad. A lot of threes. So I see threes in a couple ways. So threes for me as a reader has always been about answered prayers, right? And I remember saying to you in one of your recent readings that, you know, it's like you've asked for something, you're getting something, now you don't know what to do with something. The problem here with this Aries is I've got these 3 threes and this 9, right? They're all divisible by 8, something coming back around, right? It's a new loop, a new infinite cycle that you're joining in relation to your foundations, 4, 4, and 2. Cancer, distraction, energy, creation, confidence, compassion, and acclaim. Sagittarius energy sitting there as well. Here's the thing, Aries. You're going to want to make sure this week that you are embracing the lighter energy rather than the darker energy. And this is getting in touch with your own duality of the light and the dark energy that sits within you, right? We all have it. There's a good, there's a bad, there's a pro, there's a con. But here's the thing. They're giving me very heavily. So for some of you, this could be job, work related. This could be love. This could be family. This could be, who the hell knows, right? Like we say it all the time, like it could be anywhere, put it where it fits. But there's like 3 situations. And I think I seen this come up for Scorpio not long ago. You've got 3 different sets of energies around you that you are having to deal with at this time. And Spirit is saying, don't put the cart before the horse. There's something here around you wanting to reach out to grasp onto something, to hold on to something, to make your dreams, your wishes, your goals happen. I think your confidence is building, but the problem with it is it's like a space of indecision is what I'm feeling with this energy. If you don't make clear decisions about some things that are coming up, Aries, on the surface, you may end up alone. So whatever that alone means to you, whether this is an independent thing that you have to go off and work and do, or, you know, maybe you've got multiple choices in love and romance. You could be playing with too many people and or energies right now that are, you know, it's like you're going to have to narrow down the path in which you are headed. And there are going to be things that you're going to have to leave behind. It is the inevitable. I just said that as I opened up the video, right? There are things that we're clearing out with this full moon that needs to happen. And it's like, I feel like sometimes you're tending to embrace the darker side. There's comfort in the dark side rather than there is in the light. And there's a place of peace outside of you. You know, peace is an internal thing, right? As I say this, I'm going to emphasize peace is an internal thing within you. Nobody else can bring you that peace. But at the same time, there is something or somebody around you that does provide some kind of comfort, but it's like you're leaning into maybe, whether you call it toxic patterns, addictions, a way of thinking, it could be so many things. But I feel like that's kind of what you're leaning into, rather than something that's compassionate for yourself. Give yourself compassion and grace. Lean into the things that are compassionate for you. There's just a lot of energy around this. Pay attention to the color red. As I say that, the warrior, with that confidence there, the endings and beginnings and endings, conclusions, right? And I just said it's going to close out, and here it is. I feel like your scope of friends, acquaintances, business, family, whatever this is for you, there's a narrowing down. you may it almost feels like for some of you, this could be almost the energy of an ultimatum. Or not even so much someone else giving you an ultimatum, Aries, but more so of you knowing that you've got to give it to yourself. Because there's too many, it's like too many hands in the pot, too many, too many cooks in the kitchen, however you want to put it. You're going to have to narrow something down here and pick a trajectory that is going to best benefit you to where you can claim what is yours. Trapped. I feel like you don't want to say no to multiple people and or situations. Listening, differences, beauty. Something that is presented in confidence. There's that light and that dark energy again. That white and that black, right? The duality. There it is. We've got the swans. We've got some cats here. Swans tend to be graceful. They can be a little bitchy, right? They can be a little mean. Cats, they can be playful and entertaining, and they can be very much self-oriented, right? But this listening, apples and oranges here in the bowl, right? Can't compare the two. It's almost like you're trying to listen to your internal compass here, Aries, and I think you need to. And this is you needing to really hear around you what is being said, what is being notated. You may feel caught in the middle of something this week that is part of that whole thing. It's like, I like this camaraderie maybe with this person, or I like these two people in my life, or I really like this job, but this job is exhausting me, but I need the pay. It's something like that it's like you're gonna have to start to make other choices, because as I say this, 5, it's change. There's that 9. There's 2 very independent energies here, 2 that I think are coming together. And I will also say that when you're looking at those 3s, I do feel like there is one that kind of stands out, Spirit is saying without a shadow of a doubt, as to what is healthy. But it's like, again, leaning back into those things that you're more so familiar with, rather than having to put in the work. Not saying that you're being lazy. I don't think that you're being lazy. I think there's just a fear around this. As I say that, the 5 of Pentacles, the Sun, the Hermit, going within, and the 7 of Swords. It's like trying to negate from having to do that inner work right now, Aries, and you could be feeling like you're getting pushed to do that work. Page of Swords, 8 of Pentacles coming through. Aries, there you are. 3 of Pentacles. There's that 3 again popping its head out. 7 of Swords. Stop taking in what takes from you, okay, is what I'm hearing. This Page of Swords, you do have some kind of communication coming in about your work, your stability, what you've been working on or trying to create for yourself. I will say to you, someone is paying very close attention to what you're doing. I said about that decisions, the Fool and the 2 of Swords. What direction am I going? And it's kind of like your Spirit just used the word blindsided by a situation, because you've got somebody here with the Page of Pentacles. You've got the King of Cups and the 10 of Swords. This is emotional lessons from the confusion of the past. Somebody could be coming in with some type of tangible offer. But this Page of Swords to me is very, Spirit is saying, I spy, right? Like somebody is paying attention to something here, really peering into what you're doing or what you're working on. There's some quiet stillness here too with this Hermit, again, showing itself Virgo energy. And I was going to say Libra, Virgo, specifically when it comes to some of the signs that I think are going to be the heaviest affected in this full moon energy. This is that introspection, right? This is also a self-acknowledgement and self-view. So while you've got someone else looking at you, I feel like there's a point of this burdensome energy for you, Aries. You may have felt it for a while. You've got to be very clear about your communication. And again, third party Tower, look at this, the Star. You may not see the path clear right now as to how this is going to benefit you to make this decision, because it's like everything is unknown or unseen. But, you know, the King of Swords, he is very decisive in his decision-making process. He's very analytical. The communication is very clear. He is open-minded and just straight to the point, you know, could be just coming right down to what it is. But I do feel like you've got these different energies that are kind of like trying to take control of situations, and you may feel like it's a little too much for you right now. It's almost like for some of you, you may decide to retreat. Queen of Cups, King of Wands, the Star. You know, there's something here, I think, in the recent past, that 6 of Pentacles, that's trying to give to you. There could be some partnerships around work as well. When it comes to this Queen of Cups, be mindful of these things. And, you know, what are you giving back to Knight of Cups? You're holding back a little bit about something because I don't think that, again, everything is necessarily clear here with what it is that you've got going on. Ace of Cups and the Devil. Spirit is saying spoiled for choice in some ways, but again, this isn't so much that you're spoiled for choice as much as it is Spirit is trying to guide you to pick a new path. Take a new path, a new direction. So what is the advice here for Aries this week? This is kind of a long reading. For Aries this week, Spirit, what does Aries need to know? I said it. Spoiled for choice. Key on a ring. Many options. Unconventional. One night stand. String along. Aries, I will say this to you. If you are stringing somebody along because you don't want to face the truth, you need to make a very clear decision. Clarity and truth comes out. Revelations. Honor, protect, determination. Again, big emphasis on the fact that you're going to have to cut some things out here and just allow the chips to fall where they do. You cannot be responsible for other people's feelings, but it is your job to be responsible for yourself and make clear choices so that you're not causing more confusion for yourself and or other people as a way of kind of trying to, it's like you're trying to like take everything in, but what it's going to ultimately do is create that tower moment. So there could be a massive truth and revelation that comes through this week when it comes to communication. Somebody else could be, again, seeing something very, very heavy on that energy, that warrior showing itself again, like you've got the strength and perseverance to make this choice. I just don't think you're in a place where you want to have to make a choice. But eclipse season is coming. You either make the choice or the Spirit's going to make the choice for you. Okay. Taurus. 16. All right. Taurus. Let's see what's going on for you guys. The 18th through the 24th. I hope you're doing well. All right, Spirit for Taurus, March 18th through the 24th. What does Taurus need to know? March 18th through the 24th. Spirit for Taurus. Shuffle these cards. Destiny. Courage. Buckle up, Taurus. You know, I'm going to just say this to you. I don't think there's a single sign that is not going to feel the weight of all of the things that are happening. And in Taurus, it's like, when I look at this pride, 5, we got 4, we got 6. This is tied back to family roots, construction of foundations, what you've stood your ground on, what is being mirrored back to you at this time. Understand that life could be bringing you to a humbling halt of the knee and just kind of taking the knee on life and going, you know, I just need a minute. I feel like you're trying to metamorphose your way through this change that's happening. Spirit is saying the golden dawn of a new age. What that means for you, I'm going to be straight, I don't know. But I do feel like you could feel like you are in the middle of a shitstorm and things are just kind of spiraling around you. But it's like in the Beauty and the Beast, when the beast is transformed back into a human form, right? His body is lifted. And from like the feet up, you know, his claws turn back into toes and his legs become unhairy and he just starts to just morph into his human form, right? That's the energy. It's like he's wrapped up in this cloud and this circle, and it's just, he doesn't realize what's happening to him. He just knows that he is weightless and he is in it. Same kind of energy. You could be going through this transformation right now, Taurus, that all these parts of you are becoming something very different than they were 5, 10, 15 minutes, even 15 days ago. But it's like you are, Spirit said, whether you know it or not, you're becoming lighter. This metamorphosis is happening, Taurus, and it's putting you on a path of massive growth and change. It is the conviction in which you stand upon. It is how you see yourself. It is the way that you view the world. It can be that aha moment, right? but it's also like lighting the torch of the way that is to come for you. There's a lot of like burst of light that to me is, you know, it can be a spark of creativity. Spirit just said a lack of communication. You could be holding back communication. Once you know things, you can't unknow, right? So it's just like, I kind of feel like for some of you, you feel like you're at the mercy of God's hands this week. Like, I don't know what else to do. And it's not even like, I don't even know that you've hit the place of surrender. It's like, I'm tired. I don't know what else to do. I give it to God. I let it go. I'm looking for guidance. I'm seeking some kind of wisdom. I'm trying to make sense of what is happening around me. I don't understand certain parts of myself or certain parts of other situations. And it's just like, you know, I'm hearing like the established, what has been established. There you go, the moon. You don't see, you can't see it. It's not coming in clear yet. And I talked about like that, you know, winds of change, or however I just worded it to you, how he's like swooped up in that typhoon looking thing in the movie. The High Priestess of Air shows itself to you. Taurus, I'm going to say this to you. Pay attention to the feminine energies around you at this time. I feel like your heart is craving love and understanding. I feel like you're going to have emotional support from probably a feminine energy somewhat younger than you. And then there's going to be somebody else around you, feminine energy, who is very much in their wisdom. And you could be seeking guidance at this time as a result of the changes that are taking place for you. Because it's like you give it to God. Some of you could be guided by, you know, a feminine spirit guide right now as well. Or you could be seeking, Spirit just said seeking that feminine energy of just, I need a hand. I need, you know, what is that? There's the moon again, Taurus. The moon again. Twice. Cancer, Pisces energy there. You know, it was like Jelly Rolls, God, I need a favor, right? It's kind of like, or however it's worded. It's kind of like that. Like, just throw me a, they're talking about time. A time, and that time could be going back in time with that 6 there. This could be a revisitation. This is almost like throwing out that olive branch, extending something here. The Strength card. Taurus, I feel like when it comes to a specific feminine energy, separate probably of these other two, that at some point meant emotional satisfaction to you. You could feel like you're on the outside looking in somehow. You know, it's like you're trying to, a world that you were a part of, right, is no longer. Whatever fantasy bubble you were living in is no longer a thing anymore. And it's very interesting that it happens that way. You've got the Judgment and the King of Wands. I'm going to hold on one second. You may be dealing with a situation, Taurus, right now that is outside of your control, that is likely to bring this, I'm going to call it a manifestation of pain. And when I say a manifestation of pain, it's like, the way I'm viewing that isn't so much like you've manifested it, right? But it's an accumulation of all of the things that have happened through fights, conflicts, controversy, arguments, competition, fighting, competing with things. This could be, Spirit just said the undone doesn't go unseen. Again, what that means, I'm not sure. Again, third party energy here, but this is all tied back to a maternal figure. There's the Empress. You could be dealing with a King of Wands kind of character this week to Taurus. Judgment, someone here is making some kind of choice or decision. They may feel like, I'm going to tell you, somebody here is in victim mode, right? It's like, woe is me, and lashing out in anger or frustration. Taurus, make sure the one lashing out is not you, if you want things to go a little more smoothly for yourself. What is this moon about, Spirit? 4 of Cups, not seeing the way in the Death card. 8 of Pentacles there. Taurus, you've got a lot. of major arcanas sitting in just these few cards here. Got the Magician, the Empress, the Moon, the Death card, the Judgment card, with some pretty key players here. You're dealing with what appears to be, for some of you, I'm going to talk about those third parties. And when I'm talking to these third parties, I feel like there's someone around you, Taurus, who's making a decision. There's two masculine energies, and Taurus, you could be embracing your masculine energy this week as you're trying to take control of situations in regards to this feminine energy, whatever that means for you. But I also feel like there's someone else. It's either going to be your inner child or a younger masculine energy also attached to you, that it's kind of like it's time for battle, whatever that means for you. Like it's like two people opposing a decision that is being made here. And this is not for you. This is not for you. Whatever that means, it is not for you. The Four of Cups, it's apathy. It's boredom. You're discontent. There's no emotional flow in this. The Death card. This is a transformation that you don't see coming. And I'm going to tell you, some of you could be throwing yourselves into work or trying to, Spirit is saying, finalize plans of something as well. This is pretty heavy stuff. I'm not gonna bullshit you. What is this Death card about for Taurus? The Three of Wands. There's a separation with this Three of Wands. It is travel. It's moving on, moving forward. The need to move on and move forward. When it comes to your finances or your stability, your security, or what you thought was once yours, when it comes to a third person, this is being stripped away. The Tower card now here, both for Aries and Taurus. This is being totally upheavaled, reconstructed. There's a new beginning on the other side of this. And I feel like you've put some work into something for potentially quite a few years. Spirit's giving me the number 4 heavily. You could feel like somebody outside of you is affecting the stability as well. Like you're having to give something up as a result of an outside situation, but yet you're in the middle of this situation. There is some massive truths that are coming in with this High Priestess of Air as well. 6. This could pertain to kids. You've got a lot of shit going on, Taurus, and I'm going to say it is what it is, but this is some heavy stuff. Hierophant, this is a spiritual restructuring. This is, again, somebody, this is like divine order, God's plans that are taking shape. It's like you may have had a particular plan or only seen something in the last 4 to 5 years in a particular way of occurring, not realizing how much pushback you might be getting. And it's kind of like you're going to step into like they keep going golden era. You're going to step into this, but this is not how you're going to do it. Your idea or expectation of how you're going to do it is not happening that way. It's a very, very different energy. I'm going to tell you, some of you could be moving, if this is related, emotional Libra energy, you could be attached to a Libra, Scorpio, Sag, Aries. Why did I say Aries? I don't know. It just slid out of my mouth, so we'll go with Aries. Taurus, there you are, and Libra twice here. Connected to the heart space. This is going to have a lot of emotional upheaval, Taurus, as it comes in for you. Be mindful of that. But this 10 of Cups in the reverse, what you thought was your happiness is not for you. You could feel like everything's being taken away. Seduction, attraction, teasing, hooking up, third parties. And I don't feel like this is necessarily a temptation or attraction or teasing. I think that this is third party. There's a lot of things around that are affecting. It's the dynamics that are being affected. you're gonna have, things are coming to light here. And I feel like, you know, at some point, maybe in the past, depending on your situation, you know, that seduction element played, you know, it was like the idea of, oh, this sounds really good, or we've talked about this and this has pulled me into what comes out after certain things are said or done. And now it's realizing that there were a lot of strings attached to this. You may not have realized what you were getting into when it comes to your particular situation. Coffin, new beginnings, liberation, reborn, transition, tragic endings. I will say with the Libra card here, King of Wands, the Judgment, the Death card, the Moon twice. An ending is on the horizon. Without a doubt. Don't spiral, though. I feel like you could be dealing with somebody who starts to spiral as well. So again, be aware of that energy. Cut down, cutting out, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment. Taurus, you're going to have to really stay grounded over this next week. Again, this is for the purpose of ascension. Do not allow other people to gaslight you or personify certain things either. Again, it's kind of like they may have said, oh yeah, I'm going to do this or we're going to do that, and this is the way this is all going to work out in the end. But it's kind of like you're gaining some stripes here if you play your cards right. You know, no pun intended there, but that's really what this is about. That this is a rebirth of you, and I don't feel like, if you've been in a cycle with something or somebody for a prolonged period of time, again, that emphasis on the 4 or 5 years, there's going to be a significant separation where I think communication is going to go downhill. It may just not be anymore, and you could also have 3 people fighting over a particular situation. I'm going to say person. Just be very mindful, Taurus. Okay. All right. Gemini. Guys, I actually think I'm going to break these videos up to 3 separate videos because these readings are taking a little longer, and I kind of figured because of the full moon. So I'm going to put these into 4 groups. So I'm going to go through Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer through Virgo, Libra through Sag, Capricorn through Pisces. That way they upload faster, they're available to you, and you're getting a little bit of a longer weekly read with all the energies that are transpiring right now, okay? Excuse me. All right, Gemini. So I'm sitting here like we're two signs in, and we are 30 minutes deep. So Gemini's energy this week, self-trust. Oh, Gemini. Destiny sitting on the bottom there. Gemini, I feel like there's something happening here that you are taking things head on. There's change. There's that courage card again. Let's see what else is happening. All right, for Gemini this week. All right, let's see. Gemini, what does Gemini need to know? March 18th through the 24th. Self-trust and self-worth belong. Where the hell do I belong? Gemini, you could feel very alone right now in your emotional energy. You could be really sick of other people's shit in general. Your emotions, there's something around the communication and the emotions. I feel like you're holding back, you're reserved, you're trying to make sense of certain things. Light is coming in though, but it's like, Gemini, when I think about this feeling that I'm getting, it's like a pulsating energy that shoots out from you that is like barriers, boundaries, just leave me the fuck alone. Like Gemini's going from that lighthearted, lovely, fun energy to get the fuck away from me. I don't know what's happening here, but it's like, it's you investing into yourself. The need to, like, I don't know, you could be traveling this weekend, you could be taking time away for yourself, but it's definitely on the horizon. Where the hell do I belong? Who's going to love me for me? Who's going to take care of me for me? Like, and not that you're seeking someone to necessarily take care of you, right? But this is an awareness that your energy is separate of everybody else's nonsense, that this is all for you. And it's like right now, you're whatever you have tried to do before, whether it was attaching yourself to other people or other situations, if you're not feeling valued, you're taking a long look at yourself and going, what do I need? You could be speaking up on what it is that you need. You could be closing your heart space off to certain places and people right now as well. But there's something that it's almost like, I don't want to call it, it's daydreaming, but it's like if you were to float out into space, you would see everything and nothing in the same breath, right? It just goes on for infinity. And then you could see the stars and the planets and all these other things that are happening. And I kind of feel like right now you feel like you're just floating. You're just going through the motions. You're just there. You're sitting there watching and observing everything that's going on around you. It's not making a whole lot of sense. You can feel chained to things that you don't want to feel attached to anymore. And it's like you're looking for the next phase of life, the fledgling. Crossing, actually, that self-trust and the moon card coming out. Gemini, your emotions right now could be very confusing to you. 6, 6, and 5. I do feel like you are getting ready to close out a karmic cycle with more than one. And as part of this is happening, it's like you're coming to a deeper knowledge of the self as to what you need, what's going to bring you peace. You could feel like, Spirit is saying, you could feel like for some of you, bad luck has just followed you. It's like, what do I got to do to cleanse my soul? What do I got to do to have this peace of mind? What do I got to do to see shit clear? I feel like I'm surrounded by lies, illusions, confusions, shit I know nothing about anymore. Like, I thought I knew who I was. I thought I knew who these people were. And now you don't. At least it feels that way. I think at some point here, Gemini, you had a deeper awareness of, it's almost like you didn't trust your gut. You didn't trust your guidance, that when you've had certain feelings about certain people or situations, now it's showing itself. Now you're understanding why you didn't. And that could make you feel very isolated. It could make you feel very alone. Going, how did I get to this point? Hangman, you're gaining a new perspective, and it's got to do with you. At the end of the day, it's what your foundations are needing to be built on. That 4 is upside down with that hangman's legs. He's suspended. He's stagnant. But in this period, there's enlightenment that's happening. You call it a glow up or whatever the hell you want to call it. But you've got choices. And I'm going to tell you, Gemini, for some of you, you could have choices of, it's like where you want to go, what home means to you. Some of you could have been offered a job away from or out of state from where you currently reside as well. There's a lot of traveling. There could be a lot of traveling back and forth. 4 of Cups. It's an emotional disconnect for you in regards to this. And it's kind of like through this, some of you could, I will say some of you, it's about a 50-50 split. Some of you could be saying what's on your mind. Others of you could be holding back. And then for some of you, you could be saying certain things and not expressing at all. You're sitting with that mixed emotional energy. It's like there's got to be another way around this. So it's kind of, as I say that, and I talk about that travel, move, the Chariot energy, Cancerian energy, but this is also forward movement. Gemini, you're going to have a choice about something. And I'm not sure that you know what to do. I don't think you're 100% sure on what's even going to make you feel good. It's foundational here. So again, some traveling, some forward movement. Progress is happening, though, once you make this move, you take this trip, you have this, you know, enlightenment that comes in for you. Justice, Libra card. Could be dealing with legalities. There you are, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You could be dealing with a Libra. Ace of Wands. Somebody could also be offering you something after a long battle and struggle. And you could be trying to pick between your stability and then taking action on something based upon somebody's word. So this is like a questioning, you know, I talked earlier about that self-trust. Like somebody could have said things or whatever and you didn't follow that gut or guidance, you know, your higher intuition, you didn't follow it. But right now you're not looking at that anymore as much as you are looking for that supportive stability in your life. I do feel like with this Justice card, someone could be making some kind of offer to you. I don't think you're going to take it, whatever that means, because I feel like this is a circling back around of somebody else's energy. As I say that, the Six of Cups and the Three of Wands. This is expansion and growth. Somebody else has manipulated a situation through competition, fighting, internal fights, external fights. Like they're coming in with some sort of apology or some kind of offer of love, that this is going to be supportive of you when it comes to your Four of Wands. Problem with that is it's bullshit. You've got the Seven of Swords and the Moon card attached to this. What they're promising you, a false hope of something. And again, it's like, dare I leave where I am right now? Because there's just something about this, Gemini, with the undertone that you're, when I see you going back to look at it, and P.S. the Moon there twice again, just like for Taurus. When I'm seeing you going back to look at this from what's brought you into this space of just feeling emotionally disconnected, says to me, you should have trusted your gut to begin with. And you didn't. You didn't follow what you knew to be a truth. So now here you are, and they're offering you this polished up version of coming back around, going, we can try this, and in this we can have victory and success. No. If this is somebody coming back around, Gemini, you've already been there, done that with this person. Why would you give him the second opportunity to create upheaval in your life? Doesn't make any sense, does it? All right. Gemini, what's the advice for Gemini this week, Spirit? Death and love. There's an end. You know, we do not know love without pain, and we do not know pain without love. They come hand in hand. And Gemini, this is an end of a relationship, an end of a contract with somebody. You know, it's served its purpose. It's done its thing for you. And the cards that I have seen, self-worth, self-trust, selflessness. Who has truly devoted them to you, or who is truly, or what has truly devoted itself to you out of selflessness? Not because they stood to gain something. You know, and it's like you're relying on yourself now, self-love and wholeness. This relationship is over. There is no second chance. Grow and transform. What's dead is dead. And I think you're recognizing there's going to be a hard truth here. And I'm going to say it doesn't matter how old you are, that there is no going back to this. You can't. A lot of 6 energy here. So again, karmic cycles. What's the advice? As I say that, karmic relationship comes out. Whatever this is, the competition, it's over. What is that? There's a Travis Tritt song that just came through. Oh God, what is it? Turn out the lights. Is it the competition's over? This is Foolish Pride. That's the name of the song. Somebody's pride has gotten in the way of just true, genuine connection. The only time they express it is when they feel like they're lacking. There's competition. They want you to commit something to them. that you don't have to give anymore. Ship cutting ties, moving on. You're done. You're done with this, Gemini. Whatever this is, you're done with it. You may very much find yourself in emotional confusion, but there is an end to a situation that comes in, and Spirit just said it's very abrupt. When it's done, it's done. There is no do-over. What is the Justice card here for? Temperance. You could be dealing with a Libra that has not done the healing work, that continues to cause this emotional confusion. And there's some light being shed on that. Strength card, 3 of Swords, the truth. The truth of it all. And then Page of Cups again with the Tower. Gemini, there you are. Aries, Scorpio, Leo. You got a lot of energies here. Virgo, Pisces, Leo again, Cancer, Pisces, Sag, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius. It's like you've been around the world so many times with this situation that it's just, you're done. You're tired. You don't want to do it anymore. But I do think there's a higher purpose here. With this Justice card, it could be legalities as well. But it's a final end to things where you are returning to your own innocence, to your own self. And any bullshit offers that really weren't meant to stand. Someone's love bombed you. You don't have to make that choice anymore, because I feel like if this is legal, what's done is done. You can move on. But I think there's a lot of emotions attached to that, and somebody could not be happy about it. And Gemini, I honestly don't think it's you, because I just feel like you could feel like you're at a standstill in this space of this Hangman energy, just going, okay, this is what it is. I feel like that justice is outside of you. I feel like you're moving on from somebody who doesn't give enough to you. So, all right, guys, I'm going to cut this video here. Second video will go up for Cancer, Leo, Virgo. I'm going to work on these throughout the day as I have time. I've got a lot of appointments today going on. Just big energies, guys. I mean, I usually don't break them up like this, but big energies, and I want to get these out to you. So 4 parts of this video are going to go out. My brain just went blank. Oh my God. If you're interested in personal readings, hopefully these videos and this information helps you. The description box below, the About section of the page, you're going to find a link for my calendar, as well as, the email. So you can reach out to me to book an appointment if those dates that I have available on there are not going to work for you. I'll see what I can do. I'm sending you all tons of love. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon.